issue that has come up is once you do have a vaccine, how do you properly distribute it? How do you get it out quickly to
Well,
millions?
when we have the vaccine, we have the military all lined up, and the military is going to be doing it in a very powerful manner. These are people that don't usually do vaccines. They do soldiers, and they do lots of other things that frankly are more difficult. But we have our general, and logistically, he's all set. Tony, do you want to say something about that?
That is correct.
Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honors to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and want to give salutations to you brothers that's pushing this truth with sincerity. Today is going to be just an article I came across from Politico. And it says vaccine distribution will be joint venture between CDC and Pentagon. All right, between the CDC and Pentagon, and that should raise some eyebrows from you if you're paying attention to what's going on out here. We're getting really close to Jacob's trouble, all right, in a major way, because when this vaccine is finally rolled out, it could be you take that vaccine or a bullet. You know, it could be that way. So just putting this out for the flock, just to let you know, man, what time it's about to be out here. All right. I also want to say to Wada, thanks to some people that gave some donations. We really appreciate it. May Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai keep blessing you. And it came in handy. But let me jump right into this article. It came out just a day ago. It says the plan breaks with long-standing precedent that CDC distributes vaccine during major outbreaks through a centralized ordering system. Nationwide distribution of any coronavirus vaccine will be a joint venture between the centers, CDC, and which typically oversees vaccine allocation, and the Department of Defense. A senior administration official said today, right? So affirming this fact that the Army is going to be used because I believe Trump said it earlier this year. If I can find a clip, I'm going to put it in. But why are you breaking from norms to distribute a vaccine? Why do you need that military? You need that military because it's going to be, it's looking like it's going to be a force issue, right? To show that, hey, you got to take this. The Department of Defense is handling the logistics of getting the vaccines to the right place at the right time in the right condition. The official said in a call with reporters, adding the CDC will remain in charge of tracking any side effects and in the right place at the right time. First and foremost, these vaccines are going to, it's going to be aimed at you Israelites, man. All right? You don't think the media reporting around the clock that you're disproportionately affected for no reason. You Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? There's so many articles that not only myself but other brethren have put out, making you the face of this COVID nonsense. But guess what? You're gonna be the first areas to get stormtroopers parachute in and vaccinated too. All right. It says, let me read it again. In the right condition, officials said in a call with reporters, adding that the CDC will remain in charge of tracking any side effects. And I just seen something with Bill Gates where they're doing trials, so-called trials right now. And the reporter was like, every trial vaccine has produced some bad side effects. So I'm going to try to put that in post-production in this video also. All right. They're getting ready to make their move, man. All right. Some of the communications through the state relationships and the state public health organizations. The plan breaks with the long-standing precedent that CDC distributes vaccines during major outbreaks, such as bad flu seasons, through a centralized ordering system for the state and local health officials. Right. So they're usurping the so-called local level authorities and want to send in what? The military, man. The Department of the Defense, Pentagon. They sending in the big boys for a reason. All right. Esau don't just do stuff just for no reason. He's very calculated so you can understand. We believe we actually combine the best of both. The official said. A second senior administration official stressed the agencies will be working as one team to distribute hundreds of millions of doses in any of the vaccines in development are approved in the coming month. And realistically, they already know what they're going to do. They got the vaccine sitting in the wings, man. All right, ready to hurt, maim, and kill off you Israelites. Private companies are also likely to join the effort. The first official said the government is bringing in people to integrate CDC IT, right, information technology capabilities with some new applications that we're going to need and CDC never had, right? The background. The Pentagon will be guiding not just distribution, logistics, but also manufacturing and kitting the process of safely packaging a vaccine with its necessary equipment such as syringes and needles. All right, but let me grab some scriptures, and I'm gonna finish off the this article. Right, now I go to this first. This is Proverbs 25:19. It says, "Confidence in the unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint." Right. So you Israelites out there that believe in this system, believe in these doctors and their so-called science. All right. That's like having confidence in an unfaithful man. All right. These doctors, this system, all right, is totally wicked, man. All right. The Lord made natural herbs, all right, natural foods that can cure us, all right, if we know how to use them in the right time. You got the elder of Dallas who goes into this a lot about the bitter herbs, all right, that benefit the system, all right, the immune system. So you Jake out there, man, we keep beating the drum, we keep telling you the same thing like a broken record, because this thing is not over with, man. It's getting closer and closer, and Esau is about to dig in, right? Let's get this in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 38:4. The Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right. So it was the president, I believe, of Madagascar. You can look this up, who had created basically a natural tonic out of some bitter herbs. I forgot the main ingredient. Maybe I'll put it in post-production if I think of it. But you can actually buy this stuff, man. And he created something that basically cures the inflammation in the lungs and, helps the patients, man. So he put his whole country on it. All right. And he said he will not be dealing with any of the vaccines. And guess what? Esau basically demonized them, just like they're doing now with these so-called doctors that were on, I believe, had a press conference. They're demonizing them, especially that South African doctor. So this is what time we're living in, and the Lord is getting closer and closer to this Jacob's trouble, man. All right, the elect won't be fooled. The elect is not going to fall for this. The elect, all right, is going to do what they need to do. All right, and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, even if that means losing certain things, man, because we're meant to lose at the end of this thing. All right, for a certain amount of time before we actually win. All right, this world is going to paint us as the bad guy. This world is going to paint us as the enemy, and you got to be mentally and spiritually prepared for that. Let's go back to this article. It says the DoD is handling all of those logistics. That is where their comparative advantage is, said the first senior official. And the CDC, some of their IT systems relationships with the states following post-vaccination will belong to them. Pentagon chief spokesperson Jonathan Hoffman told reporters earlier in the day that distribution would be a collaborative process between the private sector and the military. Operation Warp Speed, right? That's what Trump was talking about earlier in the year. The government coronavirus vaccine and a drug accelerator is examining how do we take advantage of the commercial capability of the private sector to handle things like distribution, and where will either DoD step in to help manage the process, or if necessary, will DoD be required to step in and actually physically deliver its items itself, Hoffman said, right? So they're planning, man. This is the operation. Like I said, they're going to decide what communities to come into. They're going to call, just like they did in Melbourne, Australia. They locked down 9 apartment buildings and surrounded them with 500 cops and declared it a hot zone. And the people that lived within these 9 apartment buildings were basically on were detainees, man. They were on hardcore lockdown. All right, suspension. So you can understand. Couldn't come in. No one can come in. Nothing can come out. And they're gonna do this. They're gonna do this here, man. All right. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that type of operation over here. It says that the debate. The comments come just one day after McClatchy reported that neither the White House nor Warp Speed officials had formally asked the Pentagon to help with vaccine distribution. While the White House had said defense is ready to assist, HHS official told McClatchy Wednesday that their involvement would be the exception, not the norm. Which everything is going to be the norm. It's going to be total martial law when it's all said for, right? It says state and local governments have already raised concerns about Pentagon involvement in using new methods in coronavirus vaccine distribution. The CDC already leads and maintains a highly effective system of vaccine ordering and distribution. So they're questioning why is the Pentagon, Department of Defense, being brought in to push a vaccine? Like I said, it should raise eyebrows, right? It says Salakia, groups including the Association of the State and Territorial Health Officials wrote in June, with time of essence, we strongly recommend against designing new untested systems of vaccine distribution. The state and local officials also question whether military involvement in vaccine administration would undermine already shaky public confidence in vaccines. So this is going to be, like I said, it could be a bullet or take this vaccine. All right. Those lines are being drawn. The new systems are being implemented. Right. It ain't going to just be, well, we got the vaccine and you can come get it if you want to come get it. Now it's looking like I said, they're going to deploy troops into certain neighborhoods, to certain communities. And you're going to get, hey, man, we're going to see what you're made of, basically. Let's go back to the scriptures and let's end this out. Let's go to Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? The hopeful elect, the 144 to 1/3, the ones that really believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who have repented, who have cast off the ways of this world, all right, and came back into the knowledge of who you really are, right? Trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he's going to look after you in these days, man. Because his economy is done for. Hell, you even have, I was at work listening to, sometimes I like to listen to Edomites to see their point of view and where they're coming from. Because a lot of times they're a canary in the coal mine, letting you know what's coming down the pike next. Now, there's a famous Edomite, Rush Limbaugh, who's mainstream, but he sounded like Alex Jones, man. He said the New World Order is being built, a socialist system is being built, America is about to be overthrown. It's like I said, he sounded like Alex Jones, and this is Rush Limbaugh. So everything is set up for the next move, man. They're putting all their pieces in a row, or the ducks in a row. I believe I got one more. Let's get this right here. Actually, two more. John 10:10. The thief cometh not but to steal and kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly, right? And that's first and foremost dealing with the elect, all right? The believers of the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, and the ones that cast off that old man and put on the new man, all right? Put on this wisdom as a garment for defense, right? And we're going to need it more than ever. More than ever, man. Let's get this right here and end it. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So we understand what's coming down the pike, man. All right, you brothers, prepare first and foremost spiritually, all right, mentally, Hell, if you got the means, even carnally, man, because food shortages, supply shortages are coming back, just like they did at the beginning of this thing. So keep that in mind. All right. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I want to say shalom the next time.
The Moderna vaccines sound concerning. We looked. After the second dose, at least 80% of participants experienced a systemic side effect, ranging from severe chills to fevers. So, are these vaccines safe?
Well, the FDA, not being pressured, will look hard at that. The FDA is the gold standard of regulators, and their current guidance on this, if they stick with that, is very, very appropriate. And you know, the side effects were not super severe. That is, it didn't cause permanent health problems for the things there. Moderna did have to go with a fairly high dose, and so to get the antibodies. Some of the other vaccines are able to go with lower doses to get responses that are pretty high, including the J&J and the Pfizer. And so there's a lot of characteristics of these vaccines. It's great that we have multiple of them that are
Bill,
going out there. And yes, I think
you know the data
US
better than I do.
government.
But the data showed that everybody with a high dose had a side effect.
Yeah, but some of that is not dramatic, where it's just super painful. But yes, we need to make sure there's not severe side effects. The FDA, I think, will do a good job of that, despite the pressure.
How many doses of the vaccine will we need?
Well, none of the vaccines at this point appear like they'll work with a single dose. That was the hope at the very beginning. Maybe one of them, particularly in the second generation, won't surprise us. We hope just 2, although in the elderly, sometimes it takes more. And so making sure we have lots of elderly people in the trial will give us that data.
You've said some more than 7 billion doses. That's what we'll need.
Well, if what you're trying to